Good morning and welcome to Regency Athletic Complex at Metro State University in Denver, Colorado. It is American Legion Baseball. And today, of course, this is the regional tournament. That means that the winner of this tournament, there are 8 teams that are battling it off here for the rest of this week, and they will get to go to the final Shelby, North Carolina for the World Series. And we're going to go ahead and tell you all where you can find everything in regards to brackets and forth. But you can see we have the teams out on the field already. Texas will be the away team, and it will be the Nuts from Chico, California. That will be on the mound, and we'll give you the starting lineups in just a moment. Mike Ray along with Warren Ray bringing it to you. Good to have you along. Again, this is sponsored by American Baseball. And if you are watching this on YouTube, if you're in Texas right now, listening to this on radio, we want to special kudos all day long here in regards to all the businesses that are sponsoring us. We're going to talk a lot about some great businesses in Texas, and of course the radio station in Texas that is taking this one on here for us this morning. We're going to give you the starting lineups in just a moment. We had our pre-ceremonies last night. Was a great time. We had a great banquet here. Some very inspirational speeches and talks in regards to the veterans that have sacrificed to allow these players the freedom to be able to play baseball. So out in the field, it is Chico, California, and it will be Texas that's going to be going up to plate first. Starting lineups here for Texas. Stepping to the plate, it's David Reyna, the shortstop, followed by Jonathan Mckay, and it's Parker Osborne in right field. First pitch is taken for a strike. We're going to talk a lot about strategy and how this all works. 0-1 pitch on the way, fouled away. Fastball, and quickly the count is 0-2. So when you think about baseball, there's so many different scenarios that talking about throughout this tournament, but this is the opening game, so the biggest battle they have is their own jitters. Curveball just missing outside, and it's now 1 ball strikes. On the mound for Chico, California, it is Smith on the mound. In the field for Chico, California at shortstop, it's Walt Escaya. Daniel Walsh is at second base. Justin Smith in right field. Trenton York at third base. Ryan in center field. Mark Taylor at first base. Next pitch is fouled away. Count goes to 2 balls and 2 strikes. Playing first base, Chico, it's Mark Taylor. The designated hitter is Dante Carachola. In left field, it's Brandon Del Carlo. And catching today is Andrew Long. And on the mound, as we mentioned, is Dalton Smith. Count is now full count. Early here at Regency. Next pitch is going to be high, so it's opening for Texas. You know, you would think this is a game of momentum, but a lot of these teams that come in here have been very competitive to get here. So if they get behind early, really doesn't mean a whole lot because they're used to playing from behind.
Now batting number 2, Jonathan Mckay.
So it's Jonathan Mckay to the plate. Nobody out, man up first. First pitch taken a little bit high, fastball, and it's now 0-1-0. So you'll see the infield already playing up, looking for double play. This is a synthetic turf, so it's going to be very quick off the bat. Next pitch is going to be low and outside. Count goes to 2 balls, no strikes. So Dalton Smith, a little bit off the mark, started it out with a couple of strikes, went to full count, walked him, and now we've got a 2-0 count. Set at the belt. Next to be taken for a strike on the inside corner fastball, and it's now 2 balls and 1 strike. So we'll see how aggressive Texas is if they go traditional baseball, fundamental, try to drag one. Pitch taken outside corner fastball for a strike, and it's now 2-2. You can see the baseman for Chico playing up. That's Trenton York playing up, obviously looking for anything down the line. 2 balls, 2 strikes, man on first. Just beginning here. Texas against Chico, California. Throw back. Oh, nice dig by the first baseman. That gets away, and it could be a little trouble. Trenton, that it's Mark Taylor doing a fine job backing that one. Very good reactions. A lot of teams, think about it, have been scouted and are continually being scouted. Next pitch is popped up. Third baseman has a beat on it, makes the catch, squeezes it for the first out, and that was big for Chico.
Now batting the right fielder, Parker Osborne.
So it's Parker Osborne going to the plate. He's the right fielder, batting third. It's going to be Justin Hamilton in the cleanup spot, and then it's Josh Schneider. So there's one down, 1 man on. Good job of getting the pop-up. That's what you want to do. First pitch taken, going to be low and outside, and it's now 1-0. How important is fundamental baseball playing at this level? We'll talk more about that. 1-0 pitch on the way, fastball, taken for a strike at the knees on the outside corner, and it's now 1-1. So a great job here being done by the pitcher here for Chico. And now looking like he's trying to get out of a jam here. So we will see a cat and mouse game going on at first base. 1-1 pitch on the runner, fouled away. Count goes to 1-2. So you can see Texas looking to get aggressive, going hit and run. The good teams will push it to right field, obviously going with the bat. And you can see playing up on first base, so that leaves a big hole on the right side. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. Pitch delivered. It's going to be hit right back to the pitcher. He's going to go the easy way to second, looking to turn. Gets the double play. So a great play by Chico to get out of the inning. So there's no hits and there's no runs. So after a half an inning, it is no score here from the Athletic Complex. We're going to take a short break. We'll just leave literally the picture on for you. You're watching regional athletic baseball here from Metro State University. We'll be right back. So we're in the bottom half of the first inning. We are at the UC Athletic Complex at Metro State University in Denver, Colorado. In Legion Region 8 Tournament Baseball. Good to have you along. Mike Ray along with Ray, we also have Wally West. He is our director of baseball here right next to me, and he is doing the stadium announcing here this morning. So used to saying afternoon. Good to have you with us. So it's really breakfast, if you will, at Regency. So stepping up to the plate, Chico, it is Walt Esquia. He's the shortstop, followed by Daniel Walsh, and then it's Justin Beth. In the field here for League City, Texas, we'll give you that in just a moment. Next pitch is taken for a ball quickly, 2-0. In the field for Texas, it's David Reyna at shortstop, Jonathan Mckay in center field, Parker Osborne in right field, Justin Hamilton at second base. Next pitch taken for a strike. It's now 2 balls and 1 strike. John Schneider at first base, Garrett Poston at third base, Jason Jekyll, he is the pitcher, Chase Dougherty, catcher, and left fielder Cody Bowman. So balls 2 strikes. Texas looking to keep this one close, of course. We had a very good inning by Chico to get out of an initial walk at the beginning, but some good fielding and and we're in the bottom half of the first inning with no score. 3-2 pitch on the way, fouled away. Going on early here. It still remains at 3-2. How important is pitching? Keeping the ball down. A few years to the Atlanta Braves and, back in the 80s and even into the 90s, and how important just keeping the ball down can make a difference to get the ground balls and get the ground outs. We saw that with Chico earlier in the top half of the first inning. Got a nice double to the pitcher. Down count still remains at 3-2. Next pitch walks him. So very similar start here for Chico. Opening walk. So is Daniel Walsh going to step to the plate, followed by Trenton York at third base. Well, kind of a lead and how aggressive Chico is. They're in the blue and white, Texas in red and blue. Pitch taken for a strike, outside corner at the knees. It's now 0. A lot of these teams very competitive in their respective states coming in. And a lot of very good fundamental baseball here this morning. This is the first game of 4 for today. Next pitch hits him. We'll see. Yep, it did officially hit him right away. They're trying to sell that one. It looks like he did not get hit, so he's going to come back. Sorry, no offense for Chico. 1 ball, 1 strike. But the runner does advance. There's going to be a discussion here with the coach for Chico at third and the umpire. But the ball away from the catcher. And apparently the batter did not get hit, meaning Daniel Walsh. So the runner's going to stay at second. Opportunity here early for Chico. 2 and you're done, basically, here in the tournament. Rick Herrig was our guest speaker. He actually is with the St. Louis Cardinals. He was here talking 2 and done and about being competitive and being mentally in a tournament like this. Rick, of course, coached here 30 years at Fairview High School in Boulder. Now he's with the St. Louis Cardinals. We'll tell you more about that. 1-1 pitch on the way, looking bunt. Didn't get it down. Caught by the catcher. Nice job by Texas. So the 1-2. First baseman playing up for Texas, obviously looking bunt here. Going to try to hold the runner at second. They don't want to set up a potential fly ball scoring run. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Regency Athletic Complex. Good to have you along. Next pitch is fouled away down the right field line. Texas coach, you could see, had the white flag. He'd be waving it right now. Had to turn his back. Didn't want to take one for the team. Come on, what kind of commitment do we have here? Come on, Texas. We had a great time with them talking last night. Had some great stories that we heard from the folks from Texas. Great talking to you all. 1-2 pitch on the way. There's a high chopper. Shortstop going to take it, go to first, should get him. Got the out, but the runner advances to third. So potential scoring threat here early for Chico with one out. So Chico, whether you bunt or you just get a nice high chopper, is set here. A fly ball should score a run. First pitch taken for a ball just missing outside, and it's 1-0. So it's Justin Beth looking to try to cash one in here quickly. Next pitch is waved at for a strike. Just blew it by him, and it's now 1-1. Placement of pitches, how important is that? Seeing speeds, obviously mixing locations went wide and high, chest high. Got him to wave at it. So it evens it up at ones. Next pitch going to be, again, fouled away. Oh, here comes the runner. Gets away from the catcher. It was not a foul ball. So Chico scores, and it's now a 1-0 ball game. You know, you look at this, and if you were a fan, and obviously fans really are always get nervous early on scores, that doesn't mean anything with the level of competition here. Texas very, very strong. So there's one on a pass ball. 1-2 pitch on the way. It's hit deep. It's going to go. We'll see if it goes over the head. It does. It's going to go over the right fielder head. Heading to second is Beth. He's going to get a double. It's going to be a ground rule double. So getting the pitch up early was Texas, paying the price, and hits over the right fielder head. And so we stand up double. One out. So we have one out, man on second. One run is in on this ball, but it would have scored anyways. First pitch is going to be a two-hopper to the second baseman. Goes the easy way, gets the second out. The runner advances to third. Okay. So it's going to be Ryan, the center fielder, stepping up to the plate. There's two bouncer to second. Got the second out of the ball game, but one run is in. First pitch taken low to both. One ball, no strikes. Ball got up on that one, and you could see just sending it over the right fielder's head. So Chico threatening here early. One run is in. Pitch slider just in the outside corner. Now 2-0, and you can see, understand, will be a little bit careful is the pitcher, Jason Jekyll. Don't want to allow any more runs here. Too easy to let it start running up. Next pitch, right field, that's going to drop. That's going to be a double easily down the line. We'll see if they get the ball in time. Yep, they do. So double hitting down the right field line, and it's now 2-0 Chico. So getting touched up early is Jekyll. Couple of doubles and a pass ball, and we have both standing on second. And it's going to be Mark Taylor stepping to the plate. Keeping those pitches down, and so far early, Texas has paid the price getting the ball up, and just some very good fundamental hitting, going to right field. First pitch is hit to right field again. That's going to go down the line. That should be a double. A run will score. They're going to hold him at first. But you can see, well schooled is Chico going to right field. That's 3 hits, 2 doubles, and now a single. And it's now a 3-0 ball game.
Next batter is the DH, Dante Carciola.
So Dante Carciola, he is the designated. stepping to the plate. 2 outs, and nagging at still remaining to be tallied on the board here by Texas. Looking to get out of this, put the Band-Aid on quickly. It's 3-0, Chico. First pitch took a little bit off of it, waved at, and it's 0-1. Understandably, the crowd very happy. Their team up 3-0. Not getting super big healthy leads. We understand that they actually replaced the mound. Next pitch taken, right at the knees, fastball, 0-2. Very nice field. If you were here, you would love being at this stadium. It is a $10.2 million complex. Right next to us, there is a soccer tournament going on, so we're sharing the complex, but it's huge. We'll tell you more about that. 0-2 pitch on the way. Slider is fouled away. Count still remains at 0-2. So Texas looking to scratch back here, get this final out. You'll see we'll have the lineups here for you momentarily once they get this final out. And really the thinking would be just get 1 run in inning. If you could do that just to get back into it. Curveball just missing on the inside corner. And it's now 1 ball and 2 strikes. You can watch a rebroadcast of this as much as you like on radioactive247sports.com. We will actually post this on our website. We're actually getting through the security to be able to put this on our website here this morning. It's going to be a slow roller to the pitcher. Should be an easy one for Jekyll. There's the toss, and that's the final out. But on 3 hits and a pass ball, there are 3 runs in for the Chico Nuts, and it'll be Texas that'll be stepping up to the plate, coming up to the top half of the second. Good to have you along from the Regency Athletic Complex at Metro State University, Denver. It is American Legion playoff baseball, and we're going to take a short break. We're just going to leave the pictures on for you. Top half of the second inning, it's a 3-0 ball game. And it's Texas looking to answer it back very, very quickly after a 3-run blast, if you will, in the bottom half of the first. So it's Justin Hamilton to the shortstop, going to be the easy one across the diamond. There's 1 out. So John Schneider, followed by Garrett Poston, the third baseman. As we mentioned, 1 at a time is really the strategy here when you by 3 runs. 3 runs is not a lot in a league like this. The key here, if you're Chicos, we just mentioned, literally for Texas, keep the ball down. Next pitch taken, belt high fastball, and it's now 0-1. So John Schneider taking 1 for the team, as they say, on the outside. Fly ball hit to right field. Right fielder camping under it. Going to make the catch second out. So easy work so far here for Chico and Dalton Smith here in the second. Really had some trouble, just maybe a little bit early jitters in the ball game. And obviously they walked the first batter in the last inning, but really nothing touched up afterwards. First pitch taken for a ball. It's going to be low, and it's now 1-0. So Schneider looking to get something going here for Texas. Going to pull one down to the first baseman, and he's going to step on the for the out. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4 after 1.5 in the books for Texas. It's now 3-0, and it's the Chico Nuts on top. We're going to talk more about the rest of the league. We're going to talk a lot here this afternoon about American Legion Baseball. We're back here tonight at 7 o'clock for the evening game, and that should be another dandy here for you from Regency Athletic Complex. We have a number of sponsors, and we want to say hello to a lot of people in Texas. Bear with me, I get you all in here many times. I want to say, first of all, hello to Charles, who is bringing this to you in Texas off of radio from CMC Communications Broadcasting. Thank you so much, Charles, for reaching out to us. We love sending our audio to you, and of course, you guys, you can watch this tonight if you'd like to. But again, we want to say thanks to Charles and CMC Communications Broadcasting for bringing this to you on radio at League City. A lot of sponsors that we want to mention here. We're going to just start it off a little bit as we see the warm-ups here. Want to say special thanks to Condition Monitoring Solutions there in League City. Thank you so much for what you're doing here in Texas, and of course putting this broadcast out for the listeners there in League City. Also Advantage BMW. You guys can give me a good deal. I'll drive personally down there. I love BMW cars, so check them out. This is great people. That's Advantage BMW in Clear Lake, and also brought to you by League City Postal. Owner Rich Huntley is the commander of Texas Post. So again, thank you so much, Commander League City Postal. So for Chico, California, the beat rolls on. They got 1, 2, 3 in the last inning. They put up 3 runs. They got to be feeling pretty good as we go to the bottom half of the second inning. Brandon Del Caro to start it off, taking a ball in the outside corner. It's now 1-0. Brandon playing left field, so not a whole lot of action in left field. Followed by Andrew Long, and then it's going to be Walt Esquia. Oh, hitting it deep. This may go out, and it hits the wall, hits the base, and he's going to get a double to lead it off here for Chico. So Chico coming out blasting early. And there's nobody out, so a man on second. That's the third double of the ball game. So there's 4 balls so far, 3 doubles and 1 single. So it's Andrew Long going to step to the plate. Good crowd here so far. Looking bunt, looking fundamental, pulls it back. Ball, no strike. One of the things that they watch very closely is pitch count here, just like the major leagues. And there are actual tools here. I actually have Wally Weld, who's the director of baseball. We're going to talk to him later on when we get a chance. Next pitch, looking bunt, popped up. It's going to go against the screen. And the count evens at 1-1. Fundamental baseball, you could see his bat dipping just a little bit, causing the pop-up. You think about coaching and how many hours they put into just the basics and how that does make a difference in the ball game. 1 ball, 1 strike, man at second, leadoff double for Chico. First baseman coming in, creeping in, very close. There's the pop-up right to the pitcher. He's going to go back to second, but nobody, not in time. Didn't even have to make the throw. You could see for Chico, very, very alert. So Walt Askey, the shortstop, with 1 out, going to try to move him over. Followed by Daniel Wash, the second baseman. First pitch going to be taken outside by Jekyll. Just a little wide, understandable. They don't want to give up any more. 3 in the ball game so far this early. We want to thank Jared Oates. He's the athletic director for the Regional Athletic Complex. Just brand new, really, in his position about a month in. Was the coach here for the baseball team, and again, treating us very, very well. Ball bouncing and catchers, so the runner does advance. Keep in mind, this field is a synthetic field all the way around. There is no dirt whatsoever. So when the ball hits the turf, whether you're playing on the infield, if you're the catcher, it is going to skip fast. So you got to actually really be on top of it. And so far, the catcher here for Texas having a couple get away from him early. 2 balls, no strike, 1 out, man on third. Next pitch taken out, actually inside. Take 3. So infielders will look to hold him at third and make the play to first. 4 hits in the ball game here for Chico so far. 3-0 pitch taken for a strike, inside corner at the knees. Really kind of a big stage here for a lot of these. If you look off the Denver sky, beautiful day, blue skies. We're guessing about 78 degrees. Next pitch is going to be wide, so he walks a man at the corner. The strategy for Texas, hold him at first, try to get the double play. So there's a conference on the mound, understandably, talk this one over. Jekyll really having some problems early in this ball game. We know he's a good pitcher. We know he's probably rested. So it might be just attack of the nerves here on a big stage here this morning. So last night we had a wonderful banquet, a lot of good music and some very good ceremony, talking a lot about the veterans that allow us here. And we're going to give you a little history of the American Legion. The actual American Legion organization started in 1919, in case you weren't aware of that. So in 1919, just the veteran organization started. And then the baseball program actually started in 1925. The actual first World Series of American Legion Baseball was in 1920 New York. So for you historians out there, that's how long American Legion Baseball has been around. Some very impressive numbers as far as the major league is concerned. We'll talk more about that, but we're going to get back into the action here. Men at the corners, this is really one of those very important moments in this ball game. Next pitch is going to be a little looper. It's going to be tough. Should fall for a base hit. It does, so the run does score. So the right fielder, Justin Beff, going to step to the plate, and really about what Chico is doing. They're just going, that was right down the middle. It got up, just got his bat just enough, and it was a little floater over the infielders, both the second baseman and the shortstop. Drops for the base hit. And you could see, if you're watching on camera, if it followed it, you can see how well the bounce went. I mean, that's what this turf is like. So if you're fielders, whether in the infield or if you're in the outfield, you really have to watch the bounces, especially because the temperature, there's this ground ball down the right field line going to go. But you think about if you have to adjust, if you're used to playing around, and what it's like. So you come here on a field that's very, very active, and you really have to adjust here this afternoon. The temperatures do make a difference in regards to the conditions of the 0-1 pitch on the way, going to go outside, nicely blocked by the catcher. Goes to 1-1. So you have men on first and second. 1 run is in on the scoring single to center field. It's going to be hit to the shortstop. He's going to go 2. So everybody's safe. So bases are loaded, nobody out. So they'll look for the double play starting at home and then try to go to first base. It's Trenton York, followed by Ryan Bolth, and then it's Mark Taylor, nobody out. It's going to be a little conference here And it looks like that might do it here for Jason Jekyll. We'll see if they hand the ball over to, yep, that's going to do it for him. Outing here early in this tournament for Jekyll. He'll bounce back. Again, this is early in the tournament. Remember, it's 2 strikes and you're out, literally, if you get eliminated 2 times. So they can come back. Next game tomorrow, we'll have those postings for you on American Legion. And if you want to find out more about this tournament, we'll tell you where to go. You can go to www.calb, that stands for Colorado American Legion Baseball.org, and you can find out the brackets and you can figure out as far as who's going to be up next. So we'll get you the actual teams that are going to be playing here this afternoon. We will be back tonight for the webcast game. But as we were talking about earlier, before we got back into the action, we can see pitcher warming up for Texas about American baseball. We mentioned, here's the history again, started in 1919, and then in 1925, the baseball program started. But what you may have not known is that in American Legion, 55% of all Major League Baseball players have played American Legion baseball since its beginning. That's correct, 50%. If you're a Los Angeles Dodgers fan, a name that is very familiar, having a great season for the Dodgers, Corey Seager, was an American Legion baseball player. Names like Ted Williams, it comes to mind. There's so many famous names that have played American Legion baseball. So again, we want to thank all the veterans. We had a lot of veterans here for the banquet. We have a lot of veterans here today. And as far as the veterans are concerned, they're here serving once again. A lot of veterans, both from the Vietnam era, Korea, that are here working right this very tournament. And a lot of these veterans, they're in American Legion right now, there's about 3 million strong across the nation. And not only do they put their commitment towards helping keep this league going, but they put a lot of money, they back it, and there's a lot of programs American Legion does that helps the community. We're going to talk more about that a little bit later on. So we have a new pitcher for Texas coming up. We'll get you that name here in just a moment. And it's Kyle McClain that's going to be on the mound. Looks like final warm-up pitches over. Bases are loaded, so we're really needing, if you're a Texas fan, really needing to get this double play as quickly as possible and obviously get the 4 home to prevent any more damage to be done. 1 run in, there's 5 hits in the ball game, 2 in this inning, 3 in the first inning. 3 doubles already for Chico in this ball game and 2 singles. First pitch taken on the outside corner for a strike. Knees. Good way to start, and it's now 0-1. So all you need to do is get a couple outs and then start screwing our way back. Plenty of time here in this ball game. Nothing to get nervous about, but you don't want to let this one get away. Taken to the shortstop, goes to second. They could not turn it. A run will score. RBI ground out.
Stepping to the plate, center fielder number 12, Ryan Ball.
So Ryan Baum stepping to the plate for Chico. So there's 2 outs, men at the corners, first and third. Next pitch is going to be high, right, literally the helmet of the batter. Not music, not necessarily, wasn't that close. It's just a nice little greeting from Texas, basically saying hello. 1 ball, no strikes, 2 outs. Next pitch is outside, and it now 2-0. So 5 hits for Chico. We have 4 runs in the ball game so far. Actually, they just put another one up on the board. It's 2 runs in the inning. It's 5-0. Pitch going to be taken at the knees for a strike. And it's now 2 balls and 1 strike. So they're going to look for the double play to get out of this. So far, Texas has had trouble trying to convert the double play. You saw earlier in this inning the bobble at second, and everybody was safe, and all the party began once again here in the second inning. Next pitch is fouled away right by us. The count goes to 2-2 on. Nice breeze here in Denver today. One of those cities on the move. We obviously call a lot of ball games in this area. A lot of growth. Amazing the culture and all the diversity here in Denver. Great place for a ball game this afternoon. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, men at the corners. Runner is going. Play on that. You don't want the run to score. 2 runs in already in this inning. So the count goes to full count. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Really needing to get this out and get out of this inning. Next hit to right field. If it drops, it's going to be trouble. There's the dive, and he makes a beautiful catch on the run, diving. Final out, just what Texas needed. We'll see if that's a big difference maker in this ball game. So there's 5 hits, 5 runs, 2 runs in this inning. Score after books is 5-0. So California, you are watching regional baseball. It's the Region 8 tournament here from at Metro State University. We're going to take a short break, and then we're going to talk some more about some of those great sponsors in Texas. Thank you so much. We're going to let you watch the pictures. We're heading into the top of the 3rd inning, and it's going to be Texas looking to answer back here. Very important now that they get something going here. Chico really cruising so far, scoring twice in each inning. 3 runs in the first inning, 2 runs in the second inning on 5 hits. Next pitch going to be taken inside, and the count goes to 2 balls and 1 strike. Inside on the fastball to 3 balls and 1 strike. A good start here for this. And they have a man on first base. Very important that they get something on the board here. So it's Chase Doherty stepping to the plate for Texas. Followed by Cody Plowman, and then it's going to be David Reyna, the shortstop. So man on first, a little action time here for Texas, looking to get going. First pitch taken outside. This may be what Texas needs to get the rally going here, get those rally monkeys going. Infield going to look double. Playing up just a little bit. Next pitch going to be a little bit high. So Dalton Smith, they're going to have a little discussion with him. He's had a couple of balls up high. We saw that earlier with where balls were up high and they paid the price with 3 doubles and a couple of singles. You see the score. Actually, we've told you the score, which is 5-0. So smart talk in here. Catcher going out to talk to his pitcher, making sure that he doesn't get any kind of rally going here, because Texas is a very happy team. They can light it up quickly. So very important right now for Texas to get something going. You're going to see them taking a strike most likely to try to get more the pitch count up on Smith. So the count goes to 3-0. So we had the first batter walked, and now looking to get 2 on quickly. Clearly going to be looking to take this one. 3 balls, no strikes. Next pitch taken, of course, a strike. Fastball, and it's now 3-1. Thigh high about middle of the plate. Very important you don't hit into a double play and try to ruin any kind of momentum here. There's the hit to right field. That's going to drop. That should go double. It will. We'll see if they send him. They're going to wave him. Here comes the runner. Will they make the... Not going to be in time. 1 run is in for Texas on the... Crowd is electric here for Texas, understandably, getting this thing rolling. So a double here for Texas. First batter was a walk, and then it's a double, hitting it up the gap between the center fielder and the right fielder. Now a 5-1 ball game. Nobody out, man on second. Texas is clawing their way back. Next pitch fouled away, and it's now 0-1. So it's Cody Plowman looking to add to the damage here for Texas, followed by David Reyna and potentially Jonathan Mckay. So for Texas, this is just what you needed. Come out swinging, score right away. Next pitch fouled away. Some healthy cuts here by Plowman. You can see he's looking to push it. With this type of conditions here in the field, we could see one sent out today. Last year and the last 2 years, the Regency Athletic Complex was not the site. It was held in Boulder. And a number of the balls flying out of the park there in Boulder. Great tournament there. Count is 1 ball, 2 strikes, 5-1. Texas A&M back in this inning on 1 hit. Man on second. Plowman looking to get this one, another one across the plate. Smith is, you know what he needs to do? He needs to just keep it on the outside corner. Mainly just keep it low. Look for those ground outs. 1-2 pitch on the way. High, takes it to 2 balls and 2 strikes. You can hear the contingent really standing on their feet, trying to urge on Texas here to get it rolling. Two balls, 2 strikes, man on second. Next pitch waved at, strikes him out. So big pitch there, challenging the batter. They get the strikeout. So it's David Reyna going to step to the plate here for Texas. There's 1 out. Pitch is going to be a base hit. And so the run advances. Reyna's going to be standing on first. We have men at the corners, so the rally continues. So there's 1 out, men at the corners. Texas looking to try to answer back even more. Fly ball will score the run. First and third. Next pitch going to be high. I imagine that it is an issue of being tired for the pitcher here. One 0 pitch on the way. There goes the runner. They're going to try to get him. He gets the bag. He steals. So Texas really now in business with one out, man on second and third. Fly ball not only scores a run, but a base hit may even 2 runs. Texas out of League City looking to answer back. 2-0 pitch going to be outside, knocked down by the pitcher. Goes to 3-0. 5 runs, 5 hits for Chico. 1 run for League City. 3-0 pitch on the way, and he walks him. So now the bases are loaded. This really sets up a very interesting scenario here for League City. If they get a double, runs are in, and it's only a 2-run ball game. You hit a home run, and this game potentially, well, the lead will go to League. So you got to be careful here, and you can see the conference already on the mound between both coach and pitcher Dalton Smith. Umpires here in the ball game are Darren Duncan, Mike Wagner, Leo Curiel. Get that done there. I got Wall here. He's my boss, so I have to be. He's putting me up tonight, so I have to be really nice to him. Otherwise, I'm going to sleep in a tent tonight, and no dinner. That's okay. I don't like your cooking anyway, so. So Texas really driver's seat here. The key here is not to hit into a double play and enter a good rally. There's a hit down the right field line, foul. Count goes to 0-1. We saw in the first inning where they did hit into a double play, and it looked like a potential, after a walk, killing that round. So you don't want that here with 1 run in. We expected, we even warned you a little bit, if you will, that 5 runs really is not. We're only in the top half of the 3rd inning. We're going 7 here. 0-1 pitches inside. That was chin music. And the count goes to 1-1. So Dalton Smith, a little bit of laboring here early in this ball game. We've already seen Jekyll hitting the coolers here for Texas. So again, that shows you some of the competition for ball game. You can't make mistakes pitching and fielding. Next pitch going to be, looks like a little bit low. 2 balls, 1 strike. We've seen both teams look to square bunt. We have not seen any drag bunts or any suicides. Too early for that. Next pitch, evening it at the count at 2-2. Challenging him high fastball, living in the danger zone. That was basically a letter high fastball. If you can, you can pull that down the line. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Bases are loaded. 1 run is in for Texas. Next pitch is going to be hit up. It's a base hit, so a run will score. It's a slow roller, so they're going to be aggressive. There's a bobble in center field, so 2 runs will score. They're going to try to be safe at second. Some very aggressive running, just getting under the tag. There was a slow roller. And what happened was the center just bobbled it for just a half a second, and that allowed enough time for the second run to come in. There's going to be a discussion here as far as whether he's out or not, and you can see Chico's going to challenge this. So the umpires are going to be challenged early in this ball game. We're expecting temperatures potentially to heat up close to 100, and we already some temperatures on the field heating up in the Chico coach, and so we'll see what comes of this. So a very interesting discussion on, and obviously it's all about the tag. So we're going to take a moment here and say special thanks to some more sponsors in League City. Thank you so much, Bay Area Kitchens. You can them and find out more about some of the great products that they have. If you're looking to redesign your kitchen there or to really kind of beef a little bit, you can find them at bayareakitchens.com. Is there check them out. Great prices, great people over there. Also, Dixie Security Solutions. They're in the top 10 of America as far as best digital security systems and manufacturers, installers, and supplier. That is Dixie Security Solutions. So again, thanks again, CMC Broadcasting, for bringing this to you, and Charles there in League City. 1 ball, no strike after the conference on the mound. 1 out. Next pitch gonna be high, so Smith starting to regularly miss, both outside and inside. We saw some chin music early. You could hear it right here. May see a little dancing out there in the batter's box here shortly. 2 balls, no strikes, 1 out. Second and third. It's now a 5-3 ball game. Ball hit down the left field line. Foul. Count goes to 2-2. First game of the tournament. We have many other games coming our way. There will be an 11 o'clock game. We'll tell you who that is, followed by a 4 o'clock game. And then the night game at 7 o'clock. We'll be back for that one. 5-3 ball game. Next pitch hit down the left field line. Foul. A little bit early on that one. Being efficient with their hits is Texas. 2 hits and 3 runs, and there's 1 error. For Chico, it's 5 hits and 5 runs. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. You can hear the train in the background, real close to it. Beautiful day. Up in the 80s here in Denver. We expect the convention is going to get up very warm here today. You're going to keep important as far as hydration. We got a very good crew that is keeping water down, keeping the water trough for these players. 2-2 count. Next pitch is waved at, strikes out. So a big strikeout for Dalton Smith here.
Now batting number 21, first baseman, John Snyder.
So John Snyder, the first baseman with 2 outs, he gets a base hit, and potentially this ball game could be tied up. It's a 5-3 ball game. So Texas doing just what they do, is answer back and quickly and do it efficiently on 2 hits. First pitch, it looked like he tried to snap one off. It's high and outside, and it's now 1 ball and strikes. Smith set. There's the fouled away. There's a knee-high fastball. 1. You think about umpires, and every umpire is just a little bit. Their zone can be, even though they work very hard at being consistent, but sometimes some umpires like to call them a little bit higher, or sometimes like to nip the corners. Next pitch is waved at. It's in the dirt for a strike, and it's now 1-2. So the key for both the and the coach is to learn the strike zone early. And a lot of times, some umpires, we've actually seen that, where they'll tell you where their strike zone is at the beginning of the ball game to the pitchers and catchers. They'll say, this is the way I'm going to call him. 1-2 pitch on the way. There's a curveball, gets him, jelly leg. That's the final out. But again, 2 runs, or 2 runs in the inning, 3 runs in the inning on 2 hits. So at the end of 2.5, it's 5-3. You're watching American Legion tournament play. It's an A tournament from Denver, Colorado at the Regency Athletic Complex at Metro State University. We're going to take a short break. We'll leave the pictures up for you, and we will be right back. Bottom half of the third inning, and it's Chico stepping to the plate. We'll give you some pitch counts here. Kyle McLean with 8 pitches. First pitch is hammered up the middle, base hit. So rudely greeted is Kyle McLean here in the third inning. So Mark Taylor wrapping one up the middle, going to try to answer back quickly after the 3-run rally there by Texas. Dante Carciola, the designated hitter, stepping to the plate. So far 57 pitches for Dalton Smith and Chico. High pitch count early in this ballgame. That tells you a lot as far as how careful he's being with Texas. Very high pitch count. Jason Jekyll is out of the ball. And of course we have Kyle McLean on the mound. Good to have you along from the Regency Athletic Complex, Metro State University or Metropolitan State, whichever you prefer. Looking to bunt, going down the right field line, going to be foul. Seen a number of attempts, but really not getting one in far in this ball game. We've seen some pop-ups. Even ball, 1 strike. We'll give you a lot of numbers in this game. 6 hits now for Chico on 5 runs, 2 and 3 runs for League City. Next pitch going to be outside and low. Count goes to 2 balls and 1 strike. Mike Ray along with Warren Ray bringing it to you this morning. Wally Weld sitting here bringing it to you from Denver, Colorado. First game of the 2-1 pitch on the way. It's hit strong. It should drop. It's going to go up the gap. Going to go against the fence. We'll see if they wave him in. They should wave him in. Yep. Plenty of time. It looked like it got stuck in the fence in left field out by the 375 sign. So another run is scored, and it's now a 6-3 ball game. So Braden Del Carlo, there are no outs. And Kyle McLean getting roughed up here on a couple of hits, a single and then a double in left field. DeCarlo waiting long. Next pitch is hit, going to be a base hit. So they're going to wave him. Here comes the throw. We'll see if it's in time. Not. They do not cut it off. So a couple of runs scored here by Chico to answer back in the bottom half of the third inning.
Stepping to the plate, number 10, the catcher, Andrew Long.
So Andrew Long, the catcher, going to step to the plate, try to keep the party going. Good way to start the tournament if you're Chico. You're answering every inning they've scored. In the first inning, 3 runs, second inning, 2 runs, and now 2 runs in this inning on 8 hits. Infield clearly playing up for double play. There's the bunt attempt, pulls it back. It's a ball. Good eye by the catcher Long. Count goes to 1-0. They did a wonderful job, the staff here for American Legion. Again, a lot of different volunteers that come out and put their time in, from not only veterans but just people just the community coming in and helping out. 1-0 pitch is going to be fouled away on the attempt, and it's now 1-1. Across America, there are 8 different regional tournaments going on all this week. So they're in the different regions. There will be 8 other teams playing and battling off, and after this week they travel. Of that will go to Shelby, North Carolina, where the World Series will be played, and that will be ESPN. Fouled away, got him on the handle. You could see more of an excuse me swing. So the count still remains ball and 2 strikes. That is a very festive occasion when you get to Shelby. Beautiful stadium. They literally get over 100,000 that show up. So if you get a chance to go see that, very much like the CWS, if you think about it, in Okay, it is a big event, and there's a lot of fun things to see in Shelby, and that's all next week. McLean's set. There's the pitch outside. Being careful here. They don't want any more runs. But we've seen all three pitchers having trouble keeping the ball down. That's been the key so far. And you think about early in the ball game for Chico, coming out with 3 doubles within the first inning. But Texas has to really keep that ball down. There's the pitch fouled away. Count means 2 balls and strike. So pitch counts will be very much watched. They will not allow over so many pitches. We'll ask Wally Walden a little bit on how many they're actually allowed for the weekend as far as games are concerned. He is actually one of the runs chassis in Colorado, and I'll explain more about that. That's for umpires. 2 strikes. CHASA stands for the Colorado High School Athletic Association. Full count, 3-2. Next pitch waved at, and it's a strikeout. Very much needed out on the tip. So we find out that it's Chaz is the name of the organization as far as umpiring is concerned that Wally Weld runs for baseball umpires. We decided to chip in and get some glasses here for the head of the umpires, Wally Weld, to help him with his eyesight. That's why he's up here in the booth and not out on the field. So the runner advances. We believe there was a balk. There was, so McLean balks and the runner does advance. Ball getting by the first baseman, actually. Should quit talking to Wally Weld. That's been the problem here today. Runner at second, looking bunt, pulls back. Ball count goes to 1-0. So it's a 7-3 ball game. Chico coming answering with 2 runs in the inning. There's 1 out on 8 hits. McLean taking his time. There's the going down the third base line. Coming up, firing across. We'll see if it's in time, and he's safe. So a very well executed bunt. The first has actually been laid down by either team. Bunting. So we have men at the corners, first and third. And it's going to be Daniel Walsh to the plate. 1 out. Infield going to play for the get out. McLean hits a base hit. Just gets past. You can see the Texas shortstop diving, trying to knock it down, but well hit ball and not able to get the play. So Justin Belf going to stick to for Chico. Still 1 out, men at first and second. The rally is on 10 hits and 8 runs here for Chico. So down by 5, McLean really needing to get here. They're going to look forced to third, try to get the double play. Curveball just missing on the corner. Count goes to 1 ball and strikes. Very well schooled as far as the batter's eye, really, for Chico, doing a good job of watching the ball to waste the first strike, literally. Next one is hammered to right field for a base hit. They're going to wave in the runner from second, so a run will play to third, but not in time. And advancing to second is the base hit. Now it's a double here for Chico. Trenton York now going to step to the plate again. We'll Just give you the summary here while conference is on the mound. This may be it for Mckay. The fly ball will score. There's only one out. Single will score one if 2 runs. We saw that earlier with Chico where hit ball to center field and they were able to score a run, meaning Texas, in their rally in the last inning. So now we have 11 hits on 9 runs here for exploding again in this inning for 4. This is their biggest output in the ball game. So they're going to have a serious talk with McLean here. But as you saw, Texas, very much a competitive team, and they answered back with 3 of their own. And Dalton Smith, with 57 pitches before he left the inning, was getting a little tired. We'll see if Chico decides to replace him and come in with a fresh pitcher to keep the ball down. A lot of the balls were rising also on Dalton Smith, and that's what caused a lot of the trouble, setting up some and then, of course, some time. So they're going to leave in Kyle McLean. Minutes, second and third. Some very good base running by Chico to advance to second on a base hit. But very heads-up play here by Chico, and they're threatening already with 4 in the inning. So American Legion, you think about what they've done over the years. There are different organizations that they not only assist. We've heard Colorado when tornadoes have come through and really hurt some towns back up in Windsor a few years back, and how they were right there with the Red Cross and helping a lot of the folks out in Windsor when a lot of homes were damaged. They were right on the scene with a lot of the emergency folks. They also back it with money and a lot of different organizations for single parent moms. They do a terrific job, as well as helping the veterans in after their effort on the war field. So the first pitch taken for a ball, it's low, and it's now 1 ball and no strikes. Chico doing a good job of really taking advantage of situations, and I'll tell you more about that. Next pitch going to be just outside, missing. 2 balls and no strikes. Feel a little bit like Major League here as far as my announcing here this afternoon. Sorry, I'm not doing my Bob Uecker impersonation. I promise you I won't do that. I'll try to do Vin Scully, though, later on. I promise you, I'll do that one. That's my hero. 2 balls, no strikes. Next pitch is going to be hit deep. Center fielder run. It's going to go over and off of his glove. So 1 run will score, and it looks like 2 runs will score. Here comes the throw. It's going to be close. Safe. So you could see the Texas center fielder almost could have made a sensational catch, almost like a Willie Mays catch, but just able to pull it in. And it was Jonathan Mckay. It looked like he got his glove a little bit on the play out by the warning track. So he probably saw the track and thinking he was going to run the ball, but potentially could have drew that one in. So a couple more runs have scored, and the score now is 11-3 hits. So man on second, 1 out. Chico looking to advance. Another runner. Next pitch is hit to the shortstop, knocks it down, comes across. There's the bounce, gets him at first for the out. Nice play. It started with a great play at shortstop, knocking the ball down on his knees, throwing across the diamond. And then a great play at first on the short at the out. So it's Mark Taylor going to step to the plate. They're now 2 down, much needed out. They're at third. Next pitch going to be a slow roller to the shortstop. Getting a lot of work there at shortstop. There's the throw, and getting him with a nice catch at first base with the stretch. And finally the inning is over, but 6 runs in the inning, 12 hits, and it's 11 runs here for Chico. And for Texas, he'll be coming up momentarily. 3 runs and 3 hits. You're watching regional baseball action from the Regency Athletic Complex at Metro State University in Denver, 11-3. We're going to leave the pictures running, and we will be right back. We're entering into the top half of the fourth inning. Texas really needing to scratch right back like we saw in the last inning. They have the firepower, so not so worried about that. Really, it's going to come to pitching and not allowing Chico to score so easily with their biggest run production in the last inning was 6 runs, and of course a number of doubles and singles. So Garrett Poston going to step to the plate for Texas. First pitch going to be taken high for a ball, and it's now 1-0. So Dalton Smith in the ball game. Next pitch is hit to left field. It's a lazy fly ball. Left fielder squeezes it for the first out. So credit to Dalton Smith. He started out a little bit raw early. He gave up runs in the last inning, but still battling out there. Coming into this inning, had 57 pitches. So Kyle McClain going to step to the plate with 1 out. Of course, he is the pitcher. Hit down the right field line. That is foul. No balls and 1 strike. So Smith looks like he's relaxing, keeping the ball down, quickly getting a strike with 1 out. Really, you think about the prescription, if you will. Next pitch going to be taken inside and high. I'm going to date myself here. Try to do what we call the Greg Maddux style of pitching, keeping the ball low, nipping corners, keeping it at the knee, or even getting him to swing at even lower pitches out of the strike zone. Made a living at that. Had a great career with the Atlanta Braves. And that will be really the key. It's going to be who's going to have the best pitching. You think back a couple of years to the College World Series when UCLA, who really did not put a lot of runs across, but they had an amazing pitching staff. A lot of their games were 1-0 ball games or 1 ball games, winning not only their league that they were in, but going on to the World Series and taking the World Series back in 2013. So how important is the pitching at this level as well as beyond? 2-1 pitch taken on the inside corner for a strike. Now evens it up at 2-2. So we have a number of dignitaries here this afternoon from American Legion dignitaries, and we will have a lot more coming, and we'll tell you more about that momentarily. Next ball is pitched for a ball. It's now 3-2. Just a little bit high, missing. So he walks him. So with a 1-out walk, Texas looking to get the rally going once again. Doherty going to step to the plate. He's the catcher, followed by Cody Plowman, the left fielder. By Smith delivers for a strike on the inside corner at the knees. No balls and 1 strike. Doherty, one of the dangerous hitters. You think about where he's located in the lineup. He's number 8, but swings a hot bat. Knocked down by the third baseman, goes the easy way to second. Let's see if they get him at first. They get the double. What a nice dig at base to get the double play, and that ends the inning, so killing the rally. So after 3.5 in the books, it is an 11-3 ball game, Chico on top. You're watching regional baseball action from Regency Athletic Complex at Metro State University in Denver. We're going to take a short break. We'll be right back. So as we wait for Texas to get their warm-ups and get their pitching going, again, we want to say special thanks to Charles at CMC Communication Broadcasting. Great guy. We really enjoyed talking to you, Charles. And again, thanks for taking up our audio here. We've heard that Charles is very, very colorful, and we will try, you listeners that are listening on radio in Texas, to try to stay with Charles. We know he's very, very active and being a radio broadcaster for a number of years, obviously has it down. So we'll try the best to try to even stay close to you, Charles. But again, we want to thank CMC Broadcasting for taking this League City, Texas. Also want to thank some of the sponsors that are covering this in Texas. We'll start reading them off and talking a little bit about some of the fine folks there in League City. We want to thank the Condition Monitoring Group for sponsoring us here this afternoon. You can find them on their website, and I'm just going to go ahead and read this to you. It's the evilbratnationguys.com. So again, check that out for condition monitoring solutions. Also want to say special thanks over Advantage BMW dealership at Clear Lake. That's at 400 Gulf Freeway, South League City in Texas. Thank you. And also want to say special thanks to League City Postal. Owner Rich Huntley is the commander of the Texas Post. And also McLean Boat Trailers. It's the Gulf Coast's largest manufacturer of custom boat trailers. So check out McLean Boat Trailers, and they will get you a good deal, especially with all this hot weather. You want to get out, get into the water, and enjoy it. So we're in the bottom half of the fourth inning. It's Chico stepping to the plate. First pitch delivered. It's going to be a ball, and it's now 1 ball and no strikes. So we have Roman coming in to step up to the mound. In relief, delivering ball 2 for Texas, outside a little bit high. So we've had 3 pitchers so far for League City, and that'll tell you this is a good ball club here, and that'll tell you the competition level. When we were at the banquet last night, we were amazed at the size of some of these players. Looking a lot like college level already. Not aware of the levels of these players. It's 18 and 19-year-olds. Last year, it was San Mateo, California that won the championship. In Boulder, it was Hawaii. We know San Mateo sent several of their starters to play college baseball, and the same with Hawaii as well. Many Division I players. So you see a lot of very good baseball players and good competition, and I know we're going to see some balls flying out maybe as soon as today. So Chico with the man on early game, in this inning, I should say. Next pitch is the throw to first to try to get the runner, not in time. Good idea by the catcher for Texas. A little bit of the gun there by Chase Doherty, trying to get him at first. So Plowman looking to get the ground out double play. Infield look, see him creeping in. There goes the runner. There goes the throw to second. It's not going to be in time. Ball was a little bit wide on the throw. So stealing second, so now has another opportunity to add another one. They're up 11-3 on 12 hits. For League City, it is 3 runs on 3 hits, but they do have 1 error. So it's going to be talked to by Doherty. Going to talk it over is to you want to try to get that quick step going to first. Again, that may have hindered the throw as far as the timing to get the ball down to second. So you want to try to get that quick step pitch when you're out of the stretch. Not take as big of a windup or leg kick. One pitch by Plowman going to be inside. Doherty really getting much more aggressive behind the plate to keep the runners close. Bluffing the throw. Very important here, put the lid on Chico, meaning League City. Next pitch is hit deep to center field. Center field is going to go back. It's over his head. It does. Bounces off the wall. A run will score. And here for Chico. So it was Brandon DiCarlo hitting the double off the wall. And we have a 12-3 ball game. So it's going to be Andrew Long stepping to the plate, the pitcher for Chico. Man on second, nobody out. Next pitch is a slider waved at for a strike, and it's 0-1. So Chico really starting to try to run away with this one with a 12-3 ball game. Keep the heat on, as they say. Curveball missing on the inside corner. Good idea by Plowman. He had it. So did the crowd. But it's 13 runs here, or 13 hits for Chico here this morning. Keep wanting to say it's afternoon. It's already getting warm here in Denver. Next pitch going to be a little looper base hit into center field. So now we have men at the corners at first and third. So Andrew Long getting a bloop single. And we'll start all over again with the top of the lineup here for Chico.
Now batting number 7, shortstop Walt.
So Walt is Ski, followed by Daniel Walsh, and then it's Justin Beth for Chico. We'll see if they automatically send him. When you have a big lead like this, you can be a little more liberal base running. And with no outs, even try to draw another run in. Bluffing the run is the runner, meaning Andrew Long at first. So you can watch a rebroadcast of this as much as you like. We're going to put this on our Facebook. We put it on the web. We were literally secured for security reasons. It was blocked here on our website on radioactive247sports.com, but we are running this through YouTube on our site live. So tell your friends and neighbors they can watch this as much as you like. And again, sponsored by a number of sponsors out of League City, Texas, and we're going to go ahead and talk about them a little bit later on. Thank you, CMC Broadcasting in Charles. 2 balls, no strikes, nobody out, men at the corners. Next pitch taken outside. 2-3-0. One of the fun things here in Denver is to take the light rail system that they put in several years ago. Take that scenic view to work. We know a lot of people that go out to DIA, but going light rail makes it a lot easier instead of fighting the traffic. Next pitch take outside corner, and it's now 3 balls and 1 strike. Mike Ray along with Warren Hollywell bringing it. It is the Regency Athletic Complex Center here in Denver. There's the throwback, not in time, get back in safe. Long playing a little cat and mouse winning that little minor battle there. But a complex that you definitely want to come and hang out if you get a chance. We will have the Region 8 tournament here next year for 2018. We've already been signed up. It will be here at Regency Athletic Complex. We do invite you to go to the website and check it out under the Metropolitan State University website. I'll give you that information momentarily. Next pitch taken for a strike right down the pipe. Takes it to a full count. Staff has been very helpful, as we mentioned earlier, here in the webcast. Jared Oates doing a great job. Was the coach here for the Roadrunners. Roadrunners sport a number of teams here, not only baseball, but soccer. Very good basketball program. And if you're into broadcasting, they actually have a very good media program here, and there are actually 3 different colleges on the Auraria campus. Very efficient as far as the way they set this up. So you have 2 other colleges here locally that kind of share the facilities. Very well designed, and a number of students can literally cross-train. In other words, if you want to take Metro State classes, you can do that. You can also take some of the classes from the other colleges right on the Auraria campus, so it makes it very efficient. If you're somebody that's thinking about college and you want to find a beautiful city and a great program, there are 3 very good colleges right here, literally within a block, or sharing some of the facilities. Great way to get educated here in the Colorado region. Check it out. Little conference on the mound, nothing changing, maybe word of encouragement or a little bit of instruction. So we're back into the action here. Ball game, 14 hits. I hate to keep rubbing the salt in the wound for Chico on runs. Plowman delivers, cued foul. Count goes to 0-1. So the bases are loaded, nobody out, clearly looking to get the force play, looking to get the double play and get this one closer to getting out of this inning and putting a Band-Aid. There's 1 run in the inning. Next pitch is high by Plowman. Ducking out of the way, count goes to 1. This is game 1 of the tournament. We'll get you the brackets here momentarily. Tell you who's coming next. We will be web that game. We will be back later on this evening at 7. 1-1 pitch goes outside, missing, and it's now 2 balls and 1 strike on the fastball. So if you're Texas, not saying this game is over, we still got another 3 to go here. Things to think. Next pitch is just outside again, goes to 3-1. But whether you go on to win or lose this game, you're going to learn a lot from the mistakes of this ball game. And a lot of it is the pitching, and the pitch counts. You can't really wait balls up, which they have, and they really up with a number of walks early in the ball game, and then of course the Chico hitters delivering 14 hits along with some of those walks. Been what's supplied 12 runs here so far in this ball game. 3-2 play high, and he walks him, so a run score. We were just talking about that. So it's a 14-3 ball game. So keep in mind there are no outs, and we are in the bottom half of the 4th inning. To be outside and high, and it's now 1 ball and no strikes. So Plowman needs a strike here, needing to get a ground ball, get something going here. Beth taking the next pitch on the inside corner, needs for a strike, and it's now 1-1. So Justin Beth doing a good job is watching pitches, being selective, A lot of what Chico has been doing here. Not only have they been selective in taking pitches, but pitches to the opposite field. We saw that earlier in that barrage of doubles that we saw going down the right field line, quickly placed, and then of course some of the doubles that went up the gaps between center and right field. 1 ball, 2 strikes, bases are loaded. That takes one outside, evens the count at 2-2. Plowman now set and delivers the 2-2 pitch, and it's going to be a slow roller down the right field line, foul. Count still remains at 2-2. So we're going to find out if there is a limit. We're here in Mountain Time in Denver. It's already 11:30. The game started earlier at 10. So we'll find out here from umpire Wally Welt here momentarily about, is there going to be a time limit on this game potentially? 2-2 pitch on the way, fouled away again. And if you're Chico, this is what you want to do, is get Plowman's pitch count up. You want to get him tired. Obviously, good fouling the ball away, keeping or adding, shall we say, more pitches and trying to get the pitcher a little bit more tired earlier, trying to get him to make a mistake. 2-2 pitch outside, takes it to a full count. So I'll get the official word here momentarily. There is no time limits, but there is a 10-run rule after 7. Next pitch is hit to left field. Center fielder racing along with the left. Nice catch by the left fielder, but a run will score on the deep fly ball. Good coverage in the outfield. It's so deep that it allowed the runner to score at third. So Trenton York going to step to the plate. In the inning, there are 3 runs here for Chico. Should be interesting to see if they can get out of this quickly, see if they can get a rally. Keep in mind, this goes potentially 7 innings if there is a 10-run rule applied. It will go 9 innings if they can keep it under 10 runs and keep this going, meaning for League City. Nice dig by the first baseman for Texas, doing a good job of digging that throw, trying to pick off the runner. Man at the course. Have not seen a lot of attempts at a hit and run, but really not needing it with all the being hit by Chico so far. Next pitch is going to be a little floater, going to be a base hit, so the run will score. Really, if you're Texas right now and Plowman, you're trying to find the prescription on how to get these guys out. Even with good pitches at times. Just very disciplined hitting so far. So now another run is added, and it's now 15 runs on 15 hits. Men at first and second, play to third on the force is what Texas is looking for. First pitch just a little bit high. We've noticed a lot of pitchers so far for Texas missing high. They always teach you in spring training, if you want to call it that. Call it not really spring training, call it winter training here. But if you're going to miss, let your catcher do the work that he dig it out rather than balls being slapped up the middle or hit for doubles. Next pitch taken for a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. The discipline in pitching is what's going to be the prescription here for Texas, not only in this game, but in games to come. Next pitch is going to be a shot hit to the second baseman, steps second, gets the play on the force. But again, 4 runs in on 15 hits, and the score is 15-3. Chico on top after 4 in the books. Region A Tournament Baseball here from the Regency Athletic Complex at Metro State University in Denver. And we're going to take a short break. We're going to be back to talk about more of some of those great sponsors in League City. We're going to let you watch the pictures. So as we wait for Chico to finish their warm-up pitches, we want to talk a little bit about some of the great sponsors. And really, I want to say good new friends that we've heard from League City and talk about some of the different sponsors that are bringing this to you. So, of course, the first one that comes to mind is CMC Communication and Broadcasting, which is Charles. Thank you so much, Charles, for reaching out to us. Also, we will talk about the condition monitoring solutions. Check out, you can go to their website, theevilrationguys.com, if I'm getting that correctly. Advantage BMW Clear Lake at 400 Gulf Freeway, South League City. And also League City Postal owner Rich Huntley. He is the commander of the Texas Post there. McLean Boat Trailers, the Gulf Coast's largest manufacturer of custom boat trailers. So it's Texas now in the top half of the fifth inning. Taking a strike is Plowman, and it's now 0-1. So Cody Plowman, followed by David Reyna, and then it's Jonathan Mckay, the center fielder. Wide pitch on the outside, 1 ball and 1 strike. So we have a new pitcher on the mound. We'll find out who that is for you for Chico. Got a left-hander, the first left-hander of the ball game. So it's Cooper Davis on the mound for Chico, getting a little action here. Dalton Smith doing a fine, really good battler there. Had a little trouble with control getting the ball up, but then coming through with getting the ground outs and flyouts. Pop up, you can see the first baseman, now the second baseman's calling it. Squeezes it first out for Chico. So Daniel Walsh doing a good job on a high blue sky, getting the out for Chico. So Moreno looking to try to get something with 1 out. And we are in the top half of the fifth inning. Keep in mind, if there is a 10-run rule in effect, that would happen at 7. Next, nice play by the third baseman going across Simon, getting the second out here for Chico and Trenton York. And that gun there at third, playing up. So Jonathan Mckay with 2 outs, trying to get something going here for Texas. Bouncing off the glove of the catcher in Andrew Long, and that's a ball, and it's now 1 ball and no strikes. Mike and Ray Wally Weld bringing it to you here from the Regency Athletic Complex. Good to have you. First game of the tournament. Next pitch is hit to left fielder coming in, and he makes the catch for the final out. So it's a 2-3 inning here for Chico, and after 4.5 in the books, 15-3, Chico on top. So we have some changes in the lineup here for League City. It's going to be Garrig Hansen, or Haslam, that's stepping to the mound. And behind the plate, we have Alec Lamar. A little more strategy here, and clearly the idea is keep the ball down. That's what's been the damaging blow here. Of course, with some timely walks, didn't help either to set the table. So Garrig Haslam coming in against a very Chico. Try to put the lid down here on Chico Nuts. Known for really, that's what they do. They call them the nuts, and that's what they harvest in Chico, California. That's why they call them the Chico Nuts. So the lineup here for Chico in the bottom half of the inning. We'll give you that in a minute. It's going to be Mark Taylor, followed by the designated hitter, and then it's Brandon Del Carlo. We'll see if they keep the same designated hitter in here. So this is the time of the game. If you're Chico with a big like this, you're going to start seeing some changes in the lineup and getting more players and getting them loose because you have a long tournament potentially here for Chico. Next pitch is hit to center field. Center fielder back up steps, makes the catch for the first down. So a good start for Haslam getting the first out. We've seen in all of the other innings, you look at what kind of production that was put up here by Chico, and every one of those innings either was a walk or it was a double or a single to start out. So good here for League City. First pitch taken for a ball, and it's now 1 ball and no strikes. So it's Dante Carciola still in the game as a designated hitter. Pitch hit down the left field line, and it's just barely foul. Been a double if it had been in. Carciola could have easily gotten a double on that because it was racing for the corner. We saw that earlier by Chico hitting 2 down the right field line that really got the party started early in the first inning. But you look at the run production, we keep talking about that, and this is really a moral victory here so far for the pitcher here for Texas to get that first out. Next pitch taken for a strike on the inside corner. 1 ball and 2 strikes. So Haslam doing a good job coming in, getting some quick strikes, which is what they need. Next pitch is foul away. That was a protection swing. Count still remains at 1-2. Trying to tease that corner, Haslam. 1-2 pitch on the way. It's going to be bounced off the catcher. And that's what we're talking about, the ricochet, if you will, of the carpet. We'll just carpet. If it's in the dirt, it skips. Here it bounces. Pitch on the way, it's popped up, and it's going to go foul out of play. Good battle. Count still remains at 1-2. But we were talking about the production. Next pitch, we'll see if they got him. They're looking for a count. He did not, so the count goes to 2 balls and strikes. But the big explosion really was in the third inning with 6 runs being put up by Chico. Runs last inning, and then starting it off with 3 runs in the first and the second. So he ends up striking him out, and there's now 2 outs. So good job by Haslam. So Braden Del Carlo with 2 outs. Haslam coming in so far, trying to put the lid down on this inning. First pitch taken by Del Carlo. It's going to be low. 1 ball and no strikes. So as we mentioned, even if Texas goes on to lose the game, next pitch is wide. It's now 2-0. That doesn't mean elimination. They can come back. We've seen teams over the years that have come back after a loss to win the tournament. Two balls, 1 strikes, 2 balls. Del Carlo looking to get this one rolling again. I've seen a lot of that in this league. 2 outs, nothing. You've seen a lot of big run innings on 2 outs. Haslam's pitch going to be outside. It goes to 3-1. Maybe being just a little careful there. Got a nice breeze for the fans here. Very well as far as the way that this is decorated. We're going to take some pictures for you. Next pitch hit up the middle for a base hit. So we will take pictures for you and we will put them on Facebook. In fact,
Catcher number 10, Andrew Long.
in fact, banquet, we're going to go ahead and put up a number of pictures from last night so you can see the crowd. It was a great festivity last night. A lot of fun, a lot of good talking, and a lot of guys having a good time. Runner back in time. 2 outs, doing a good job, has a man on first. They'll try to go the easy way to second on the ground ball. First pitch is going to be low. It's not ball and no strikes. So the 10, depending upon what happens next inning and a half, could be enforced. We have a 15-3 ball game. Next pitch is going to be knocked down, but the runner's going to advance. They're going to try the throw. Not in time. Just not able to get the handle on it. Ball bouncing. The ball was wide on the. So he had to really not only backhand, but move out of his catcher's stance to try to knock it down. 2 balls, no strikes, 2 outs, second. Base hit could score a run here. We've seen that happen several times by Chico here. This ball game, next pitch knocked down wide outside, and it now goes to 3-0, and the catcher's going to go talk to Haslam. So Lamar, not sure, meaning that is the catcher's name. If it was a mixed signal, we've had 2 wide pitches, but doing a good job of knocking the ball down. That gets by, potentially to have a runner at third. Base hit scores easily. 3 balls, no strikes, 2 outs. Haslam delivers. Took a little off of that for a strike, and it now goes to 3-1. Haslam clearly has control of his pitches here, really nipping corners on this one. Another one hit down the left field line. We'll see if that's foul, and it is hammered. It does go foul, and it now takes it to a full count. So Andrew Long, the catcher, has some pop in that bat, and you could hear if you could hear it, it really, the sound of the bat, if that had hit anywhere in as far as fair territory, could have easily gone a double. On the speed of the runner, of course, maybe even a triple. Another conference on the mound here. They're going to talk about Haslam getting the ball down. He's done well with the first 2 batters, but you can see that ball was punished going down the left field line. Game 1 of the tournament. We're going to give you a rundown momentarily of what's coming here. We'll get the lineup here from Mr. Lynn Peterson. He's the president of Colorado American Baseball. It looks like New Mexico lining up. Yep. Getting ready for game 2. We will not be webcasting that one. We'll be back this evening for the 7 o'clock game. So the count still remains full. Runner at second. 3 balls, 2 strikes. There's the throw to second to try to get the runner not in time. Haslam trying to keep him close. Doesn't want to give any more runs up. Done a good job so far of blanking this inning. We're hoping for the golden goose egg on this particular inning. That would be the first time in the whole ball game as we're in the bottom half of the 5th inning. Three balls, 2 strikes. Cat and mouse clearly on at second. Long doing a good job of at bat. and he gets walked. Bat control really comes into play of just keep tipping the ball, keep fouling it off. And we'll see Long is being pulled back, and now he's going back to first. We'll see what the call is. I keep hearing from the crowd they think it's a balk, but we're not sure. So it's Walt Esky going to step to the plate. Been very active in this ball game. Is really, you think about all the Chico Nuts have been very active, getting on quickly. Esky, one of them, followed by Daniel Walsh, and then it's Justin Beth. So we believe that call while he. Oh, not sure yet. Okay, we're going to find out for you on what that call was. But we have men on first, second. There is a discussion. You could see the umpire is talking about this, trying to decide if that was a balk. And they are going to advance. It looks like they're going to advance the runner. Yep, they are. So the runner will go to third, and Long will go back to what they're going to call a no pitch. Yeah. It's nice to have an umpire next to me here to get the ball. So Long is going to continue, and Askey will wait in the on deck. Good team of umpires here this morning. Darren Duncan, Mike Wagner, and Leo Curiel doing a good job teaming up to make that call. Haslam delivers. That's hit to the left field. Left fielder going to camp under it by the warning track, makes the catch for the final out. So Haslam coming in and doing a very good job of putting the lid on and allowing no score. That's the first time in the ball game. So after 5 in the books, it's a 15-3 ball game. It's the Chico Nuts on top. You're watching the Regency Athletic Complex Center here at Metro State University. This is the Region 8 tournament. And of course, we will be right back. Losses are ended, and we'll have League City back up to try to get something going here. Very important that they answer back. Again, you want to avoid that 10-run rule, so that happens after 7. So it's Parker Osborne starting it off here for League City. It's going to be Justin and then John Schneider, the first baseman. First pitch going to be taken, hit to the shortstop. He's going to have for that one. There's the throw if it's in time, and they call him safe. So a good start here for Parker Osborne. legging out the base hit. So it's going to be Justin Hamilton stepping to the plate for League City. Mike Gray along with Warren Ray, bringing it to you here from Regency Athletic Complex at Metropolitan State University in Denver. It's the Region 8 tournament. First, if he went around, we'll see. And he did, so it is a strike. Now 0-1. Hamilton hits it back up the middle. Looks like potentially Taylor may double play. There it is. So the shortstop taking it himself, gets the ground ball, hits second base, goes to first for the double play. So John Schneider going to step to the plate with 2 outs. We have a 15-3 ball game on 16 hits for Chico, 4 hits and 3 runs for League City. First pitch taken a little bit high and outside. It's now 1 ball and no strikes. So a nice double play by the shortstop, doing it by himself for Chico. And quickly there are 2 outs. This pitch going to be high and outside, and it's now 2 balls and no strikes. So Walt Esquia doing a great job at shortstop. You can see the range and the arm that Walt has to get that double play. Next pitch taken on the inside corner for a strike, and it's now 2 balls and 1 strike. This pitch is fouled away. Count evens at 2-2. So a nice double play, really. We've seen that several times by Chico. Next pitch is waved at, and it's strike 3, but we've seen that 3 times in the inning where literally League City gets a man on. They're not able to keep the rally going, and they hit into a double play. So after 5, it's a 15-3 ball game here at the Athletic Complex Center at Metro State University, and we will be right back. So we're setting as Chico stepping to the plate. Walt Esquia stepping up to take his hacks at it. Haslam doing a good job in the last inning, not allowing runs. First pitch taken for a strike. So Haslam, the beat goes on, doing a great job of keeping the ball, moving it around, hitting the corners, and keeping it, more importantly, keeping it down. There's this next pitch, almost looked like a duplicate. And it's the same result, a strike at the knees. So it's now quickly 0-2. Mckay, Warren Ray here with you. Good to have you along. Wally, welcome you from Regency Complex. Haslam delivers for a ball a little bit high on the inside corner. Quickly goes to 1-2. We're going to tell you who is up next here at the Regency Athletic Complex. Next pitch is waved at. He strikes him out, took a little bit off of it, so there's one down. So after this game, it will be New Mexico against Utah. That is the 1 o'clock game. The 4 o'clock game will be Nevada against Colorado. And then the night game will be Arizona against Eagle Crest High School, which is here in Colorado. So that's our game schedule here for, keep in mind, it's double elimination. So for you League City fans, if they go down to defeat today, plenty of time. So Haslam quickly getting 2 strikes, which is much needed, against a very powerful Chico Nuts here with 16 hits in the ball game. Next pitch is grounded into the dirt or into the turf. Count still remains at 0-2. That's a good sign as far as the movement of the ball. When you're grounding the ball down into the turf, that tells you about the action that Haslam has on the pitch, grounding it into the turf. 0-2 pitch on the way, waved at first strike, and he strikes him out. Looked like he took a little bit off on that, might have even been a slider. So there's 2 down.
Right fielder number 8, Justin Beck.
So Justin Beck's going to step to the plate, has had a hot bat here today. Number of balls in all directions here for Chico. First pitch going to be a little high to Beth, and the count goes to 1 ball and no strikes. Want to say hello again to all the great folks in League City, Texas. Thanks for listening. And if you're watching us, thanks for watching. Going to be a slow roller to the first baseman. He's going to take it himself, and that will do it. So a very good scenes by Haslam coming in and really putting the lid on scoring with Chico. So in the books, it's a 15-3 ball game. You're watching the Region 8 here from Regency Athletic Complex at Metro State University in Denver. And we will be back. We're going to have, again, Game 2 coming up momentarily. And we will talk more about those answers in League City. That's coming up. So it's Garrett Postman going to step to the here for League City. We're in the 7th inning. We'll see how this all plays out. Potentially, we could see a 10-run rule being enforced here. We'll see how this plays out. First pitch is taken for a strike. Cooper Davis gets a slow roller to first base. There's the top. Davis, if he gets his foot, if he didn't get it down in time. So a nice leadoff single here for League City, much needed. You want to avoid that 10-run rule if you can. So a good start here for League City, much needed. What has been their nemesis that we've seen in this so far is hitting into the double play, getting leadoffers to get on or walked, and then hitting into a double play. We've seen Mckay make some great plays at shortstop to start that double play or an assisted double play. And that has been the rally killer here so far for League City. Of course, League City had their explosion back in the third inning. All of their 3 hits were collected back in the third inning. So for Chico, it's 16 hits on 15 runs. Logan Fuller going to step to the plate. He is the catcher so far in the ball game, of course, replacing the starting catcher here for League City. First pitch taking a strike in the inside corner. The knees, Davis with some good control of his own. We saw that with Haslam here in the last 2 innings, coming in and really teasing the corner, and Davis doing the same. Another pitch, same result, this time on the opposite side. First it was the inside corner and then the outside corner. It's now 0-2. Left-hander is set at the belt. Pitch going to be a little bit high and outside, taking it to 1 ball and 2 strikes. So Rick Herrig was talking last night in the banquet about mental toughness. And sometimes defeat can teach you a lot. There's the hot shot to Mckay. Goes back to first on the trying to double him off, is not able to. The ball is wide. But you can see that range of the shortstop here for Chico, very quick, and he's got a gun. So there is 1 out. Alex Lamar going to step to the plate. Really, you think about what Mckay has done. He's been kind of the nemesis here for League City, coming up with some big plays. So it's waved at. It's now no balls, 1 strike, man on first. Infield playing up. Outside, taking it to 1-1. So Chico was here 2 years ago. It was San Mateo that came in from California last to win the tournament at Boulder. 2 years ago, Chico that. So the 2 California teams making some statements. Today is Chico making a statement. Last year it was San Mateo winning the tournament and going to the World Series. 1-2 pitch on the way. Hit down the left field line, foul. Count still remains at 1-2. So we'll repeat ourselves almost like a broken record here. New Mexico is up next against Utah. 4 o'clock game is going to be Nevada against Colorado. And then it is Arizona, who was in the tournament last year, who went to the finals 2 years in a row. An Eagle Crest here in Colorado. 2 strikes, 1 out. Looking to read something going here, trying to avoid a double play is League City. Next pitch hit down the left field line, foul. Thanks to GMC Communications and Charles for allowing us to send our audio to you. We look forward to calling another game and sending it here, Agency Athletic Complex, to you folks in League City, Texas. So thanks so far for listening or watching us here today. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Cooper Davis set at the belt. To the shortstop as Mckay goes the short way, going to try to turn a double, and they get another double play. Started very, very quick. Walt to Mckay going deep into the hole. You could see him foot. The nice thing is you can kind of slide a little bit here on this turf, almost like a tennis player. He reeled and fired to the second baseman, and they turned the double. And it looks like, yep, they're going to go ahead and enforce the 10-run rule. So that's the ball game. So we'll give you the final numbers here, and you can see they're going to do the handshake. So a very good effort by both teams. Really just a few mistakes and some very good hitting, and you can see some very good fielding here by Chico. Dalton Smith doing a great job early in the ball game, battling to keep, really, you think about it, keeping League City from really exploding. Because it looked like after the first inning, or League City was going to do something. But then, of course, we saw, again, Dalton good job of getting some ground outs, some fly outs, and then, of course, some good pitching by Cooper Davis to come in and get some ground outs, and, of course, some great play, we'll say it again, by Walt Iski at shortstop. So final numbers here on this one as we enter this one into the books. 16 hits for the Chico Nuts, 15 runs. And for League City, Texas, it is 4 hits, 3 runs. Final score is 15-3. So watch our Facebook site for the next game that we do for League City. Again, we want to say a special thanks before we sign this one off, going out to Charles at CMC Communication Broadcasting there in League City for just contacting me last night. It was nice talking to you, Charles, and hopefully we'll talk to you some more here. Also, we want to thank some of these sponsors, Condition Monitoring Solutions, also Advantage BMW, and they are located at 400 Gulf Freeway South, League City. Then it's League City Postal. Huntley is the Texas Post. Also, special thanks to Mckay Boat Trailers, the Gulf Coast's largest manufacturer of custom boat trailers. Also, Harbor Insurance and Jim Lamon, and he's the expert in veterans benefits. Thank you so much, Jan, actually. And then, of course, Bay Area Kitchens. You can see on their website if you want to get some great deals if you're to remodel your kitchen or if you're building a house for the first time. And their website is bayareakitchens.com. Again, www.bayareakitchens.com. Also, special thanks out to Dixie Solutions. They're in the top of America as far as best digital security system manufacturers, installers, and suppliers. And of course, portions of the proceeds will be donated from all of these sponsors to benefit the Gulf Coast Wounded Warrior Project. So again, thank you so much, all you users, for doing that. It's a very worthy cause. Of course, as we mentioned earlier, what American Legion does as far as the money that they put out and really the support of all the communities. Think about what these veterans do for us. They protect us initially in all wars that are out in conflicts. And then these veterans, after they're done, they come and they serve. They do it in so many different ways. So we invite you, when you see a veteran, say thank you for your sacrifice, not only on the field, the war field, but also after their time in service. They're continually serving all of the community in all across America. So again, say thank you to them. Again, special thanks to Daniel, the chairman of Colorado American Legion Baseball, and Lynn Peterson, the president here, for doing a fine job of getting things. There is a lot of effort, and they literally start right after this tournament, start in September, and they start talking about it and getting things rolling here for the tournament, which this year, of course, is at Metro State University, and next year will also be here at Metro State University. So again, for Warren Ray and Wally Ray, we will see you next time. We'll be back tonight for the 7 o'clock game. If you're watching and listening, it will be Tucson, Arizona tonight against the host, the Eagle Crest Raptors, I believe, and that's the high school here, and they are the host team here. So we're going to say goodbye. You can watch a rebroadcast of this as much as you want on Radioactive. We'll see you later on this evening. Thanks for listening.